What a weekend in Qatar. Exciting racing and a mix of points haul for the different teams. Let's jump into the weekend from the start. Max with the golden helmet and golden boots celebrating his 4th World Championship. Well deserved. What do you think? FP1. Very tame FP1 session, nothing to phone home about, only some runoffs, no red flags or double yellows. Let's move to the sprint quali instead, since Qatar was a sprint weekend. SQ1. Same story yet again. Checo out of SQ1. Surprised to see Yuki in 17th. Thought he would be able to progress to SQ2. Good performance from Bottas to move to SQ2. Do you think Bottas should be the driver for the new Cadillac team entering F1 in 2026? I think he would potentially be a good fit for the team given his experience. But time will tell if the team is looking for more youthful drivers. Let us know in the comments below who drives for Cadillac in 2026. Yuki can be very rude on the radio, I find. I get it's the adrenaline, but I thought he was past this by now at this stage in his career. What do you think? Is it just driver behavior or is it warranted? Interesting end to the sprint quali. Max down in 6th while Lando on pole, followed by Russell and Piastri. So this will be advantageous for McLaren to start the sprint. Let's talk about the sprint race real quick. Lando hosting the win to Oscar, right? That was just giving it to Oscar. Basically returning the favor from Brazil. I would have been frustrated like George Russell for not passing Piastri, and some of the moves by Oscar certainly seem late. Maybe even moving on the braking. What are your thoughts? Was that legal from Piastri? Solid points haul for McLaren towards the Constructors Championship, breaking out the gap to Ferrari. Poor sprint from Max. Maybe he's just driving out there for fun since the championship is in the bag. Still managed to secure a point, finishing 8th. What's up with Checo? I keep asking this over and over. Being passed by Colapinto in the pits. Was there an issue with his car or what? I'm very intrigued to see if Checo has a seat next year at Red Bull or any team for that matter. Should Checo be considering retirement now? Let us know in the comments below. Let's take a look now at quali for the race. Q1, much better from Checo to secure a spot in Q2. What was a surprise for me was Nico Hülkenberg. He did very well in the sprint quali, but then gets knocked out in this phase of quali. His engineer saying they got the SOC wrong, which means the state of charge for his batteries. Basically meaning he ran out of juice during the quali. Tough one for Haas given their battle with RB and Alpine for more funds from the constructors. Ferrari certainly looking quick in this round of quali. Q2, tough one on Pierre. That was a mega run by him. Just misses Q3 by 5/100th of a second. Matsuda Stella lap to take the number 1 spot in Q2, and Alonso finding some pace in the Aston Martin as well. Q3, strong Q3 performance for Max again, taking the number 1 spot for the race. George Russell starting in 2nd. I'm sure he will be giving Max a run for the top spot. At least Checo was in Q3 this time and starting 9th, so that's good for him. Now over to the race. Max starting in 2nd, taking a 1 spot grid penalty. Mega start for him with Norris coming very close to taking the lead. Poor start for George in my opinion. He should have defended the inside line much earlier. A possible false start for Lewis. Did he jump the light? What are your thoughts? Regardless, they thought he did, so he got a 5-second penalty for the infringement. Seems he did start rolling but didn't stop again. Mega crash in lap 1 with Ocon, and the woos continue for Williams as Alex Albon is involved in the crash as well. Colapinto was also a part of the carnage and out of the race with pretty bad damage to his car. Alex managed to get going again. Good hard racing between Magnussen and Tsunoda, and we all know K-Mag will not back down from a fight. Lawson and Bottas tangling a bit, and Lawson dropping to last after Lance Stroll retired his car on that lap as well. What was funny was Lewis asked if the car was broken because he was 1.2 seconds behind the leader. He definitely was struggling with the car for grip. Then lap 34 came and a puncture was there on the front left, followed immediately by Sainz. Clearly the mirror that Bottas ran over and disintegrated into a million pieces caused the punctures. Safety car was out to clear the debris. Should have been done earlier in my opinion. So everyone pitted under the safety car, of course, to save time. Issue with Perez dropping to 17th on lap 39, losing power and lost positions before the restart even happened. But was it just him spinning out in the middle of the track? That was weird to see from Checo for sure. I'm very concerned about Checo's future at Red Bull. Will he be racing in 25 at all for Red Bull or any other team? Tell us your thoughts below. Virtual safety car for Hülkenberg because he went into the gravel, plus Perez pulling off and unfortunately with a DNF. Huge 10-second penalty for Norris for failing to slow under a yellow flag. That was a bit harsh in my opinion for breaching the yellow flag. A 5 or 10-second penalty would have sufficed, but a stop-and-go 10-second penalty is a bit excessive. Surely Ferrari was happy to hear that. What are your thoughts on the matter? Hamilton telling the team to retire the car only to hear from Bono negative. Almost like he was ready to give up. Very unlike Lewis. Maybe he's ready for Ferrari now and a bit exhausted with Mercedes and the car. On the final lap, Max swerving on the last lap there. I'm sure the stewards didn't like that. Points for Zhou Guanyu. Happy to see that for him and the team. Lando still finishing in the points in 10th. The battle between Ferrari and McLaren surely will continue in the next race for the constructors. That's all the time we have for today. Be sure to check out our other episodes of Let's Talk F1. Share your comments below and join the discussion. Also check out our car merch at ModzCity.com. We feature some F1 inspired merch as well. Thanks so much for watching. This is Let's Talk F1.